Hello, friends. Just a few hours ago, we were informed, the whole cricketing world came to know about Ravichandran Ashwin retiring from international cricket. He waited till the end of the Brisbane Test match, in which he did not figure in the playing 11. He waited for the Test match to end, which ended in a draw thanks to multiple rain interruptions over the previous 5 days. The match ending in a draw with the series 1-all. Ravichandran Ashwin, accompanying the captain Rohit Sharma for the post-match press conference, just made the announcement without taking any questions from the media. He said that today is the last day of his international cricket career and that he was in no position to take questions. There would have been questions aplenty. When I look in the last couple of hours since he announced his retirement, I was wondering why Ashwin chose to retire in the middle of a series. He did what MS Dhoni did in 2015 January after the Boxing Day Test match, when before the New Year's Test match, that he was having enough of Test cricket. Ashwin, he has not been a regular feature. He is not an automatic choice. He is not the first choice spinner in overseas Test matches, especially in the Sena countries, which is South Africa, England, New Zealand and Australia. When it comes to Test cricket in Asian subcontinent, he is number one in the team sheet, or probably number two, just below the captain. But why did he choose to step down from international cricket with 2 more tests to go? Yes, a player of his stature, 106 Test matches, 537 wickets, all those bowling records in terms of the strike rate, the fastest to milestone wickets, 5-wicket hauls, 10-wicket hauls, the all-rounders double, 6 Test hundreds, you name it, and he has it. A player of that stature, he knew very well that he was not going to figure in all the 5 Test matches in Australia. He knew very well before boarding that plane to Australia that he was not going to figure in all the 5 Test matches. And this is not the first time. It has been happening for a while. The first choice has been Ravindra Jadeja, who we all found out that he was also not the first choice when it came to choosing or playing one spinner overseas. It was Washington Sundar, and that was agreeable because of the remarkable comeback that he made in the second Test match against New Zealand in Pune, picking up a 10-wicket match haul. Though India lost the Test match, Washington Sundar was among wickets. Ravindra Jadeja, who otherwise would have been a first choice in the Sena countries like I mentioned, he also did not feature. He was not the automatic choice in the second Test match, nor in the first Test match. Ravindra Jadeja had to wait till the Brisbane Test match, the third Test match, to get into the playing 11. And as we have seen, since Gautam Gambhir has taken over as the head coach, and he has often told the media that he chooses the best 11 that the team think tank, thinks will do the job for the country. And even if the results go adverse, still he feels that is the best playing 11 that he could have assembled to do the job for the nation. But Ravichandran Ashwin, was there any misunderstanding with the head coach, with the senior think tank or the senior players? Did he feel that he was not being given the treatment that the player of his stature deserved? Was there any misunderstanding within the team that the public is not aware of, and the happenings inside the dressing room are not at all revealed? But one wonders, why did Ashwin choose to quit in the middle of a test series? He did play in the pink ball test match in Adelaide. He was not in the playing 11 in Brisbane. He knew that. Knowing very well that he was not going to figure in the playing 11, not be an automatic choice, then why did he accept, or why did he make himself available to go to Australia in the first place? There are wide sections. One section of the people go with Ashwin, say that he has been selfless. Yes, he has been selfless, and he has done human service to the country, picking up wickets, scoring those crucial hundreds like we recently saw against Bangladesh in his own home city, Chennai, Chepauk, the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, scoring that 100, his sixth test 100, saving and even putting up that partnership with the bat with his spin twin, Ravindra Jadeja, and winning the test match against Bangladesh. Of course, we all know what he is capable of doing with the ball, especially in the subcontinent. But then, he, especially knowing Ashwin and the selfless man, the proper team man that he is, why did he have to abandon the ship midway? There were two more test matches. The Boxing Day test match 26th of December and the New Year's test match starting on the 3rd in Sydney. And Sydney, we all know, is one venue in Australia where you will play two spinners, and it has assisted spin. And I will always remember Sydney to be a test match where two spinners have played, and if you look at it, two leg spinners have played for Australia, the legendary Shane Warne and Stuart MacGill. And more often than not, it was Stuart MacGill who has picked up more wickets in Sydney in the same test match, where Shane Warne has not had that much of wickets under the wickets column. But then they hunt in pairs. So we were not sure, and nobody is sure except the team think tank, if Ashwin would have featured in the playing 11 in the Sydney test match. One cannot rule out he could have been in the playing 11 because the conditions may have suited. He may have figured in the Melbourne test match because it is to start on 26th of December, which is 1 week away. And since the team has not gone there, how could they predict that Ashwin or the pitch condition would not suit a bowler of the caliber of Ashwin? He would not have figured also in the playing 11 in Melbourne. But then there was no ruling out Ashwin playing in the Sydney test match. So why did he not wait till the Sydney test match to have one final go against the Australians, whom he regards as one of the fiercest competitors and against whom he has taken 100 test wickets, both in Australia and in India? There are plenty of questions, and only Ashwin can answer these questions. If you look at it, like I said, one section hails Ashwin's decision. The other section looks at it as him abandoning the ship halfway. I, for one, thought that even if Ashwin was not going to be picked in the remaining two test matches, like he was not picked in Perth and in Brisbane, his seniority, his experience, his expertise, his knowledge of the conditions of Melbourne, Sydney, of the opposition, one would definitely bank on Ravichandran Ashwin, and certainly with the manner in which the Indian team has been performing, especially in the series, barring Perth, and Rohit Sharma, the captain, has been struggling for putting up runs on the board, he would have definitely leaned on Ravichandran Ashwin, at least for that moral support, the encouragement, the knowledge, the experience to bank upon. Ashwin would certainly have been a pillar of strength for Rohit Sharma, and the captain himself said that he and Ashwin have been playing since the under 13 days. So they know each other like they know their best of friends, their close relatives. They have been a family. So why did Ashwin leave or choose to retire with 2 more tests to go and not stay back, be part of the team? You never know. India could create history with the series 1-all, 2 more to go. India have definitely done better in Melbourne and Sydney. They have to thank the weather for saving them the Brisbane Test match and still go with even Stevens and 2 test matches left in this Border-Gavaskar trophy. It just gave me a thought. We in our younger days playing street cricket, each one of us would bring our own bats, ball, stumps, and if we find ourselves not being in the playing 11, or it may not be even 11 but not be picked to play or given batting or bowling, we would just walk home taking away the bat or the stumps or whatever it may be, our belongings, so that the others also could not play. So this decision by Ashwin somehow makes me recall those moments. But one can never be sure what has been going through Ashwin's mind, what he had in mind, if anything, in the team management, within the team, with the coach, or with anyone, hastened Ashwin to step down from international cricket with immediate effect. Only Ashwin can answer, and the board can only throw more light on this. But then, knowing the Board of Control for Cricket in India, they have been quiet on certain crucial issues, critical issues, and this, except saying thank you Ashwin and hailing his achievements over the years, the BCCI would not divulge. They will not give more details into Ashwin's retirement. 2014-15, like I mentioned, MS Dhoni chose to retire from the Whites and with 1 more test match remaining. But he had a valid answer. He was not enjoying test cricket, and there was also the young Ridhiman Saha who was waiting in the wings and who was only getting chances only whenever Dhoni was injured and was missing a test match. So Dhoni's retirement paved the way for Ridhiman Saha's quite a decent test career until Rishabh Pant came into the scene. But then Ravichandran Ashwin, of course, there is Washington Sundar who is waiting in the wings, but knowing Washington Sundar's history of injuries, it was in the best interest of Indian cricket that Ravichandran Ashwin stayed the entire tour and fulfilled the assignment and announced his retirement either after the Sydney Test match or after returning to India. But then these choices, one has to accept and move on, and it is Ravichandran Ashwin who has made this decision, not anybody else who had made this decision for himself. So Ashwin, many will hail, and yes, it is his correct decision maybe, but in the interests of Indian cricket, there are many who think that he ought to have stayed till the series ended before announcing his retirement. But then, whatever one thinks of Ashwin's decision, one cannot deny the contribution he has made to Indian cricket, the motivation, the number of youngsters, a generation of cricketers who have been inspired by Ashwin's performance, and one of them being Washington Sundar himself. Well played, Ashwin. Have a good second innings of your life. Take care, and thanks for watching, viewers. Do let me know in the comments column what you thought on Ashwin's retirement. Take care. Bye-bye.